A fighter stood tall, imagining the moment he would wipe out his rival completely, convinced that size and swagger were enough to dominate the battlefield. In his mind, victory was inevitable because the man across from him was too small, too short, too insignificant to pose a real threat. Yet this overconfidence quickly became the downfall of a long line of cocky opponents who underestimated fighters forged in the spirit of ancient samurai. These loud, arrogant challengers would soon learn the hard way that humble warriors do not speak much, but when the moment comes, they strike with merciless precision. What followed was a series of brutal demonstrations proving that in combat, pride rarely survives the first heavy blow. Among these warriors stood Jamie McDonnell, a British powerhouse with an impressive record and the reputation of being nearly indestructible. He had weathered battles, claimed world titles, and carried himself like a man who had seen every challenge and conquered most of them. He walked into the showdown brimming with confidence, certain that nothing could shake his footing on the mountain he believed he owned. Yet the moment the referee's hand dropped, everything he thought he understood about dominance unraveled. Naoya Inoue surged forward with a ferocity that felt less like a boxing match and more like a hunt. His movements were sharp, calculated, and savage, a whirlwind of speed and violence that left McDonnell unable to react before being torn apart. Within moments, the unbreakable champion experienced the first knockout of his career. And with that brutal victory, Inoue added another world title to his growing empire, proving that true strength is measured in action, not empty bravado. Meanwhile, another storm was brewing in the world of striking as the young phenom Inoue Nasukawa prepared to face Filipino powerhouse Fritz Bayagdan. Fans expected a war, especially with legends like Manny Pacquiao watching from ringside. But as soon as the fight began, Bayagdan's earlier confidence dissolved into awkward, chaotic movements that looked more comedic than dangerous. Tenshin saw through the facade instantly and unleashed a devastating assault that turned the ring into a merciless arena of pain. Each strike landed with surgical precision, each combination hammering away at what little resistance Bayagdan could muster. By the end, even Pacquiao stood stunned, witnessing the overwhelming dominance of Japan's rising prodigy. As these warriors carved their names into history, the World Boxing Super Series brought together the most dangerous fighters on the planet. Only the elite earned a spot in this brutal tournament, and among them stood the undefeated Puerto Rican technician Emmanuel Rodriguez. With a flawless record and a coach unafraid to provoke enemies, Rodriguez entered the semi-final match surrounded by pride and disrespect. Everything escalated before the fight even began when his coach shoved Inoue's father in a moment of pure arrogance. For Inoue, this was more than a match. It became a matter of honor. When the bell rang, he fought not simply to win but to reclaim dignity. Fueled by the fire of vengeance, he dismantled Rodriguez with terrifying precision. The Puerto Rican star, once believed untouchable, crumbled under a relentless barrage and hit the canvas again and again. His undefeated record evaporated, and Inoue walked away with another title and the satisfaction of restoring his family's pride. Disrespect seemed to follow Tenshin as well, especially in his clash with the taunting Thai fighter Mayukai. Throughout the match, the crowd watched Mayukai mock every strike, smirking as if Tenshin's attacks were no more dangerous than a gentle tap. But arrogance has a way of blinding a man to danger, and when Mayukai stooped to a dirty low blow, the atmosphere changed instantly. Tenshin awakened like a spirit of vengeance, unleashing a furious assault that turned mockery into panic. The Thai showman found himself drowning under a flood of punishment until surrender was the only escape. The samurai spirit does not forget disrespect, and Tenshin made sure his opponent never repeated such behavior again. Another defining moment unfolded when Inoue faced Antonio Nieves, a polished veteran with an almost perfect record. At the time, Inoue was still viewed as a promising but untested contender, a dark horse whose true potential remained unknown. Nieves entered the ring with confidence, ready to prove that hype was nothing compared to experience. But once the battle began, it became clear that Inoue was no ordinary rising star. He hunted Nieves with the calm precision of a seasoned predator, forcing the veteran backward at every turn. By the middle rounds, Nieves's corner had seen enough. They threw in the towel, ending the one-sided destruction before their fighters suffered irreparable damage. Inoue walked away not just with a win, but with recognition as a force the world could no longer ignore. Tenshin's journey led him to battles with some of Thailand's most dangerous warriors, including the legendary Rodtang, known for his iron chin and fearless aggression. Their encounter erupted into a war that tested both fighters beyond their limits. Blow after blow crashed through defenses, yet neither backed down. The crowd watched two young gladiators locked in a relentless struggle, each refusing to yield even an inch. When the fight pushed into an extra round, the arena trembled with anticipation as they clashed again with every ounce of strength left in their bodies. In the end, Tenshin emerged victorious, proving not only his skill but his unbreakable spirit. Through all these encounters, one theme remained constant. Those who underestimated the quiet, humble Japanese fighters paid the price for their arrogance. Whether through disrespect, mockery, or dirty tactics, each offender found themselves crushed beneath a tidal wave of speed, power, and discipline they never expected. These warriors may have walked into the ring soft-spoken and composed, but once the battle began, they became forces of nature. If you enjoyed this dramatic breakdown of legendary samurai-like fighters, let us know what moment shocked you the most. Which warrior earned your respect today? Share your thoughts in the comments, hit the like button, and subscribe for more high-impact combat stories brought to life with cinematic detail. Your support keeps these powerful narratives coming.